$81,600 is how much I've made in the last 30 days with my agency. Today is the 31st of January, and yeah, I'm 16 years old. And yeah, so I wanted to record this quick video mainly for me to actually look back at it, later down the line, a year, 2, 3, 4 years down the line, and just be like, holy shit, I've been doing this for a while, and yeah, so yeah, I just want to kind of go on and then just talk about what actually happened this month, what I'm kind of planning to do moving forward as well. So yeah, just a quick refresh for you guys who thinks this is fucking fake. Let me open up the fan bases, give it a second. There we go, 81.6K. Okay, anyways, let me get straight into it. So, yeah, the main thing is, if you guys don't already know, I'm 16 years old and I run a lead gen agency. So we work with basically roofers, anything related to home service, mainly it's roofers and, yeah, basically remodeling as well. So, yeah, these are two industries we work in. I've been running my agency for personally about 3 years now, right? And I used to run basically e-com stores as well before that. So when I was 12 years old, I used to basically run e-com, and I used to do about $600 a day. Then Stripe banned me, then I lost everything, and then I started my agency. In the first 2 years, I lost about $4,000. I was literally doing cold calls every day. I was paying for like Go High Level, all these fucking systems, and I was just down basically about $4,000. And at some point, I was gonna quit. And just right before I quit, I met one of my friends when he came to Dubai that I met about a couple of years ago, and it was literally at the moment where I wanted to quit, right? And I met him, and he was doing I think about $10,000 a month, and I thought it was fucking impossible. Like for me, I used to live with my parents. Now I took an Airbnb. I still go often, and I'll probably go back live with my parents because I like to spend time with them. But yeah, anyways, back to my point. So yeah, I basically saw it in front of me. So they were doing like 10 to 15K a month. Obviously, it's not these crazy numbers when you think of it right now, but they are good numbers, right? And I thought it was fucking impossible because when I was sitting down with my parents, they used to obviously they've never seen that amount of money per month before, so they think it's impossible, and they basically kind of install it to you. And obviously the thing is, it's like I've seen it in front of my eyes. I've seen people talking about like 50K months, all of that, and I used to still think it's fake. And then the thing is like when you have the perspective, or when you feel like everything is fake, you actually start seeing, and it starts like kind of hinting to you that it's fake. But yeah, anyways, so yeah, I've been scaling my agency for I think about 5 months now. Before that, we were doing like consistent 3K months, and then yeah, I think we did like 17K in August. September we tipped down to 4K. We had some issues, and then from there it went up. I mean, to be honest with you, like if you ask me how I feel about the 80K, obviously I'm grateful for everything. It all came from God, and it's like I'm always grateful for everything. Even when I was losing, I'm always grateful, because the thing is, your life can be 1,000 times worse, right? And the thing is, it's like my goal was to do 100K this month, and we didn't do it. I mean, it's still good. I'm not saying it's bad numbers, but yeah, we definitely have to hit maybe 150K by next month. And I guess it's mainly more to do with doing the right work and actually putting in my 100% of my effort. And I guess that's the main thing that I have to be doing moving forward, right? So for me to actually hit 150K a month, it's going to require the work that has to be done to do 150K, right? So that can be like pushing acquisition, hiring more people, building systems, doing all that. So yeah, I'm actually gonna sit down because today is the 31st of January. We're getting into a new month by tomorrow. And I do actually have a dinner with Eddie Malouf. If you guys know him, he does I think $4 million a month with his agency, and it's like a dinner for the agency events because I just paid for it. I think it was 2 days ago or something. I recorded it as well. And yeah, so there is so many agency owners over there doing like $200,000, $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 a month, and I'm gonna try to take their advice as well, see what they have to say as well. But yeah, it's mainly recording this video. I just want to get back to it and then see where I was at this point, later down the line. And yeah, so yeah, that's the main thing is yeah, I guess moving forward we're just gonna be yeah, pushing acquisition more, building more systems, hiring more people. I do need a closer. So if you guys back to my point, so just a couple of things that actually changed, when I started my agency for me to until I started scaling was literally doing the fucking work, right? Because the thing is, it's like, if you're doing like, I don't know, 10 cold calls per day or 100 cold calls per day, you can't really expect to get the most out of it, compared to if you actually put in your 100% effort. If you guys are in school, like I was in school, I dropped out a couple of months ago, and yeah, when I was in school, I used to do about 400 cold calls a day, and I used to basically go from school to school from 6 a.m. I used to wake up at 6 a.m. and then be back home. Yeah, I'll be back home at like 4:30 or sometimes even 5, and I have to shower, eat, all of that, and then it's gonna be like 6 p.m. and then have to basically I used to go work somewhere because when I'm working at home, it's just like not the best work environment. Like as I mentioned earlier, my parents genuinely believe everything is fake. They kept telling me like stop agency, just focus on your school, do this. My teachers used to always send emails to my parents, and even my English teacher, she told me, she's like, I think the best move for you is actually just focusing on your studies, and then passing. We used to do like GCSEs and stuff, and I had 2 more years in school, so if I actually wanted to continue, I actually had to put in more effort, but I genuinely believe that it's possible. Yeah, basically just kept pushing. We hit 17K in 17K in September, and since then I haven't even thought about going back to school. My parents actually paid for like a deposit thing in the uni. I just didn't continue. I moved out with one of my friends, and then since then we started scaling. And so that's the main thing. But yeah, the things that actually changed was doing more work. Literally, like before, I used to work like, I don't know, 2-3 hours per day. If you actually look at it, like I'd be in front of my computer for like 5 hours, but you'd be like scrolling or something. So if you guys are scrolling, remove that shit as soon as possible. It's genuinely gonna change your life, So if you're scrolling, if you're, I don't know, whatever the fuck it is, just work, So for me, like if I were in your situation, you were like school or uni, or let's say you had a job. I mean, a job isn't really bad. It's obviously you can save up some money, invest it into the agency. But yeah, I would literally just see how many hours I have for work, and then just work as much as you can. Like I used to sleep like 4 hours a day and drink a fuck ton of coffee. I still drink a fuck ton of coffee, but yeah, that's one of the things is trying to get in as much work as possible. Make sure you're working on the right things. So for example, if you guys are doing like, let's say under 10K a month or something, is doing more outreach, or let's say if you have money for ads, invest into ads. Try to get yourself out there. That's the only way you're gonna get clients. If you cold call like 100 people a day, and then you just stop because someone told you fuck off, you're not gonna get anything. You're not gonna get nowhere. Because it's like, it takes a certain amount of effort for you to actually hit, let's say, the first 10K month or something. So you're going to have to do it either way. So you might as well just sit down and do it if you actually want it. And another thing is actually figuring out why you actually want to get there, right? You want to have a very strong why on why you're working, right? And then that's actually what's going to push you. If you're relying on motivation, if you're scrolling and watching these fucking motivational videos, it's not going to get you nowhere. You're going to get a dopamine hit for a couple of minutes, and then, you're back on, right? But yeah, anyways, it's doing more work, working efficiently, and working on the right things, obviously. And that's literally it. It's just a matter of time, and yeah, obviously invest into mentors. Like for me, I had I think about 3 mentors till now. When I was going from 0 to 20K, I had a mentor. From 20 to 50, and then from 50 onwards now, I do have another mentor. So yeah, mentorships are good. But before that, like when I hit my first 10K month, before the 20, because I used to run 2 different agencies, right? Open a new agency, which I scaled from 0 to 80K now. I think it's in like 6 months or something. But before that, I hit my first 10K month in 2025. I think it was November. And I didn't have any mentors back then. And to be honest with you, it's like if you don't have the money for mentors, that's totally fine. You don't need any money, or you don't even have to invest into any courses, right? You can literally figure it out on your own. Like the mentor is just going to hold you accountable. So if you do have the money, go for it. If not, you generally don't need it. So many people say like, oh, you do need, guidance and stuff. You might need it, but if you do it on your own, you're going to learn so much better. And yeah. So anyways, if you guys have any questions, if you guys have anything, let me know on Instagram. If there's any specific agency videos you want me to record, comment down below, and I'm going to start recording, some new videos on that. But yeah, we'll see you guys soon.